Watcher, welcome back. Number 5 now, I think. This is where we are so far. Turtle shell, mudguard and bob thing, and frame upon which to mount it on the bike. Got some cool ideas for mounting in different places and kind of in different ways, but I'll come to that because I'm not at that stage yet. Tonight can only be about one thing. Quickly, I've just got to get matting, mat that in with fiberglass, just some strips across, one along the middle, get it good and thick, get it good and solid. Not going to add too much, don't want to add too much weight. The whole thing, weighed it, the whole thing weighs exactly half a pound, 8 ounces, that's all that weighs, even with all that wire. Amazing, quite chuffed with that actually, and that means it's good because it won't crack because it's going on the back of the bike on the swing arm directly, so it's going to be unsprung. Therefore, every pothole, all of the shock is going to go through to it, which is why these little bits of wire are just tack welded in and exposed, so if they ever break or anything I can just zap them from wherever they are without taking it all off. But there we are, enough waffle. Tonight, matting those in. I was going to use some self-tapping screws and stuff, but I don't see the reason. There's no point. Once that's resined in, it will be like trying to shift the mountain. You will not get it off there. It will be on there forever. So first of all, scissors, cuttage, get the matting into the relevant shape so you've prepared your job, and then I can start jolloping the jollop over the top. Stick around, stay tuned, 2 hands. Usual drill with this sort of thing. Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance, so just cutting up the pieces of matting that I'm going to use before I get near the job, so that I don't have to mess about with them once I've got resin up my thumbnails, because once you mix resin up, it begins the process of going off, going hard, setting, whatever you call it, and you haven't got time to mess around cutting up more pieces of matting. So get it all prepped first. So you just pick them up, drop them straight on the job, and then dob them in. Right, all 5 pieces, that'll go down first, snucked over them, which will shorten it enough so it doesn't hang off the ends. And then it's 4 pieces to go in one at a time. So first thing, mix up some resin. Right, standard old mix. And it mixes in quite easy. Now from this point it's 16 degrees centigrade today, or tonight. About 60 degrees F, and that means that this will take about 25 minutes to 3/4 of an hour to dry, depending on the humidity. I was about to say concentrate. Humidity does affect it a little bit, but once you set this off, if you hold that, you can feel the product starts to get hot, and that heat is the reaction. That's the chemical reaction of its setting. There we are. Put back on the child-proof cap. Right, ready to paint it on the bike. Right, first little task is to poke a layer of resin on the inside of the shell, just to give the first strip of matting something to stick to, so that as it goes along it eats some of the length of the strip. That's better. That's it. Obviously this thing's still alive. I don't mean the turtle, I mean the whole thing's still adrift until the resin sets. So just keeping a hand on it, make sure it's not moving about. But this will definitely be the strongest way to bond this in, to prevent any messing about with screws or anything like that. Just not interested in that. It's not the way to do it. And the last one. Just enough, right? There is always a tendency to want to just keep adding more with the old fiberglass stuff. You kind of got to resist that unless you want it 8 foot thick. Honestly, this matting is so strong. Once it sets and the fibers do their work within the resin, it becomes rock solid. Unless it's a boat or a car body or something, this sort of thing, you don't need much, just one layer is fine. And there's 2 there right across, holding those in place. It's still moving because it's not set yet, and it gives me a chance to fine tune it. There we are. There we are, just as it dries, or as it's curing, as you feel the brush getting a bit stiffer, just keep persuading it into its position. This woven matting is a little tiny bit stubborn. It's not like the random stuff that stays exactly where you put it, but when it's there, once it is in place and the resin cures, it is way stronger. So it's worth the effort. But all you need to do, like I'm doing, is just keep working it into place, keep moving it, keep pushing it in, and as it gets tackier and stickier, it'll eventually stick in place. Don't need a great deal because it's already soaked. This is just a glaze over the top. And the partial reason for putting this big thick coat of resin is to make the underneath quite sort of washable, sort of smooth, if that makes sense, because when it's in action, when it's doing its job, it's going to get mud and crap splattered on it, so it will kind of just rinse off better if it's got a smooth coating over it, if that makes sense. I don't know. Here's a weird thing. This resin turns the screen black. Never noticed that before. Quite a cool effect. Remember that, I think. About to find that useful somewhere. Right, that's enough of that. Pretty boring or what? Problem with this part of it is it's the same as so much of it is curing times. When you mix up the resin, you've got to let that cure. I can't now start mauling that about. I've got to leave that overnight to set. It's got quite a lot of resin on it, and the matting's going to form a perfect bond. That is the right way, as far as I'm concerned, to stick that in there so that it doesn't lift off or anything, and it's a nice smooth finish. It'll wash off when the rain and stuff hits it and the mud and stuff. So once that's cured tomorrow night, I can work out now where I'm going to take the mount points off. Tonight, just thinking while I'm messing about with that, come up with this thought maybe to bung a bit of threaded bar through the middle of the axle, which is hollow, and then just take a mount off each side of the axle. Now that would be cool, like that. That's a good thought. And then one off the front, don't know. Anyway, thinking all the time. That's that for now. Can't do much more. So thanks for watching. Always appreciate the amazing support on this little series. It won't be long. Hopefully by the weekend, maybe first couple of days next week, I should have this on the road. So this is going to be quite a quick fire one, and I am, both me and Penny, we are amazed at the support we're getting for this. It's pushing 1,000 hits in about 10-12 hours, and that's just astonishing. Nothing we've ever done has gone that quick. So clearly it has inspired you and you want to watch, and that is something we are truly grateful for. Thank you so much for that. Thanks for all the support, all the kind comments. We love it. It spurs us on. We said this before, so take it easy, ride safe. Thanks for watching. See you for the next one.